Excited for safari? Yeah, awesome. Me too. Is this anyone's first time on safari? Awesome. Mine too. Just kidding. Well, welcome friends and welcome back to my safari veterans. Now I see that the safaris are ever the same and the animals do make sure of that. So right now we are waiting for clearance, and once this lamp blinks, that means we're giving the all clear, which should be about any moment now. So for your safety, please remain seated at all times, even when I'm stopped. It is a very bumpy road, and I do hit every pothole, so please remain seated at all times. It is for your safety. Looks like we're all clear, so 2 1 day, let's go. So we stop our journey going through the Little Eatery Forest, which translates into the Little Forest. And over there on your right in the water is that black and white bird that is a soundable stork. And they do have a wingspan of about 9 feet, and they can stand up to 5 feet tall. And that antelope that's in the sun on the right, kind of towards the bottom of the hill, is an okapi. And the okapi has black and white stripes like the zebra, but he's actually the cousin of the giraffe. And this antelope, right by this tree on the right, is a greater kudu, and it is the second tallest antelope in Africa, standing at about 5 feet tall to shoulder. That's a female, and you can tell because she has no horns. The males will have the horns that can go up to 6 feet in length. Now, a lot of the animals that live here in the forest rely on their natural camouflage as their main form of defense against predators. Now, over here on your left, way on top of the hill, is a black rhino. Now, he can weigh up to 3,000 pounds, and despite being so big, he can charge up to 35 miles per hour. And there are less than 5,000 black rhinos left in the world due to the poaching of their horns. So seeing a black rhino has become a very rare sight. Now over here on your right, on top of the hill, laying down by the bongos, and they're nicknamed the ghosts of the forest because they are really quiet and rarely seen. A lot of the animals that live here in the forest are very shy and reclusive, and they do rely on their camouflage, so it's kind of like playing a game of hide and go seek. And I'm not seeing anything else, so let's continue on and try to find some more animals up ahead.
¿Cómo va a saltar? Ya no puede saltar.
Alright, so we are making our way into the Safi River. That's where we might find the hippos, and we might even find some crocodiles. So the hippos, they typically spend most of their day submerged under the water because it helps them keep cool. And they can stay submerged for up to 8 minutes at a time. I think I do see a hippo in the water here on the right-hand side. You kind of see his eyeballs sticking out right there. And over here on your left are some more hippos in the water behind the island. Now hippos, they have different vocalizations, and one of them is called a wheeze honk. In fact, each hippo has their own unique wheeze honk. And over on the left is a pod of pink-back pelicans. They do get a pinkish color on their backs when it's time to mate. And mating season can happen at any time during the year.
Oh, that water looks so nice.
Oh, they're so fat.
Hippo underwater, just like
Póngase a trabajar, gánese su salario.
Now let's continue up the river more, and we might find some more hippos, or maybe even those crocodiles. Let's see what else we can find. And I do see a baby hippo on the left-hand side. I also see some crocodiles too. Now, they can weigh up to 500 pounds and be between 16 and 20 feet long, so they are pretty big. Now, for your safety, please sit down. Now, the crocodiles, they have super strong, powerful jaws to crush the bones of their prey. Alright, so they do look kind of hungry, so let's get out of here. Alright, so we are making our way out of the Salty River and into a completely different ecosystem called the savanna. The savanna is home to many of Africa's popular animals, including the giraffes, the elephants, and the lions. The giraffes and the lions are my favorite animals out here, and you might find them today. If you look over on your right, you'll see a baobab tree, also known as the tree of life, because hundreds of gallons of water is stored in their trunks, which is why those trunks are so big and wide. Now, we're going to slowly make our way into the savanna. Well, friends, this view right here is my favorite view of the savanna. You can see for miles and miles. And let's see what animals we can find. Now over there on the right, in that little clearing over there by those trees, are some great animals that are laying down. I see their horns. Those are the wildebeest. Their African name is Nu, spelled G-N-U, because of the grunts they make, which sounds like Nunu. So kind of like a cow's mooing sound. Now I do see a den up ahead, and a den is where we might find the African wild dogs. And also known as the peated dogs because of their unique markings. And I do see a few of them over on the left laying down, kind of along the rocks and under the tree in the middle. Now for your safety, guys, sit down please. Sit down, don't climb up, guys, don't climb over. That's not safe. Please do not climb over, you got to sit down. That's not safe. Now, when it comes to hunting, the wild dogs are really great hunters. They do have a success rate of about 90%, which is better than the lions. Now over on the left-hand side, laying down in the sun, is our mascot, the sable antelope. They do have an average lifespan of about 17 years in the wild. And those horns are pushed backwards because they use that as a form of defense. It helps. They're pushed backwards because it helps the lions and the cheetahs from jumping on their backs. Now friends, as a reminder for your safety, you do have to stay seated at all times. That means you stay seated and there's no climbing over the rows. Please do not climb over, that is not safe. So please stay seated, it is a very bumpy road. It is for your safety. So over here on the right-hand side, right by the road, is an Ankole cattle. Now those horns can be up to 4 feet long, and they'll use them to hold themselves down. They're hollow inside, so they do weigh about 10 pounds. Now they're also known as the Watusi cattle because of the tribe who domesticated them. So they are the only domesticated animal on this reserve. Now I still see some more wildebeest over there on the right. Looks like they're all kind of laying down over there between the trees. Now the wildebeest, they can go about 5 days without drinking any water. Only if they have to. Now we do have a lot of giraffes come up our way. So on this preserve, we do have the Maasai giraffe, which has an irregular coat pattern with rough edges, and they do have darker spots. Now those spots are unique, just like our fingerprints. I get the name because they do come from the Maasai region of
Mira la
Africa,
jirafa.
hence the name Maasai giraffe. They are the tallest animal, full grown. They're between 18 and 20 feet tall. And when they're born, they can be about 6 feet tall. We do have one that's laying down. They will only lay down if they feel safe. Now the giraffes will spend the majority of the day eating. They have 4 stomachs. They also have very long tongues. A giraffe's tongue is about 18 inches long. In fact, they can lick their own eyeballs and pick their own nose. And that's how we clean them. And over there on the right are those very small antelopes. Those are the springbok. And they get the name because they can spring up in the air 6 feet. Now let's make our way into Monkey Point. This is where we might find the monkeys, like the mandrills, and we might even find an elephant or two. As it happens, since an elephant to wander around here. I do see one over on the right by the water, and over on the left are some mandrills and male here. So a full-grown male can weigh up to 100 pounds, and females can weigh up to 30 pounds, making them the world's largest monkey. That's an African elephant, and you can tell because we are in Africa. We can also tell by the shape of their ears. They have very big ears, while the Asian elephants will have smaller ears. Now, since he is back here all by himself, that means his herd might be around here somewhere. So let's go try and find them. Now we do have to cross over this very old bridge, so I am gonna go slow and see what happens. It sounds pretty good to me, so I think we should be fine. We should make it over alright. Okay, so far so good. Slow and steady. And we made it. Alright, well I do see some recent elephant activity ahead. There's some tusk marks on the red clay on both sides. The elephants will eat the red clay because it's like a mega vitamin for them. It's jam-packed with lots of vitamins and minerals, and it's very important because they do eat a mainly plant-based diet. So on a given day, they can eat about 300 pounds of food. That is a baby elephant on the left, and that baby looks like it might be around 2 years old. And elephants can be pregnant for up to 22 months, so almost 2 years. Now they do have very sensitive skin, so there's some sand and some grass on their backs, and it acts like a sunscreen for them when it's sunny outside. So their main threat is us humans, and that's because of the poachers will go after them for their every tusk. In fact, every day 96 elephants will lose their lives due to poaching. So it's very sad, because at this rate, within 10 years, they could go extinct. But here at Harambe, we are working very hard on protecting these elephants from the poachers. over here on the left-hand side are some greater flamingos. They get their pink feathers from their diets, which usually include brine shrimp, which are high in beta-carotene. The beta-carotene is what makes the feathers turn pink. Now, a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. And that's a pretty small flamboyance because they're usually pretty big. Okay, so now we're making our way into the East Savannah. This is where we might find the lions, the cheetahs, the ostrich, some antelopes, and we might even find some white rhinos. I do see some mud pits up ahead, which is a great sign of the white rhinos. I do see quite a few on the left-hand side.
So
I like to play around in the mud pits because it helps them keep cool on hot days, and the mud acts like a sunscreen because they do have very sensitive skin, like the elephants. Now they do weigh between 4,000 and 5,000 pounds, so they are pretty big. They're bigger than the black rhino we saw earlier in the forest. The rhinos have very sharp hearing but very poor vision. They can only see about 8 feet directly in front of them. So when they charge blind, which I guess is the reason why a group of rhinos is called a crash. Now I do see some hills up ahead, so maybe we might find a cheetah or two. So keep your eyes peeled. Now, sometimes we might not see them because they tend to camouflage pretty well with the surroundings. So look very closely. I do see one over there on the left, in between those trees where the green grass is. You can kind of see his head sticking out back there. The cheetahs are the fastest land mammal, and they can reach up to speeds of about 70 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. We have one more back here too, in that little trees, kind of laying down. So, unlike most big cats, they cannot roar. They do have the ability to purr like house cats. Alright, well we might find those lions, because I do see a kopje, and a kopje is this big rock formation. The lions like to use a kopje as a resting place and as a vantage point to watch out for their prey. So keep your eyes open for those lions. Look high and look low. They do have padded paws, which adds for better traction for when they're climbing those rocks and for when they're hunting. I do see some more rhinos over there on the right. We might find those lions here pretty soon. Let's keep on looking all around. Could be around here somewhere. And sometimes they do camouflage, so look very closely. But I see a lion lying around on the left-hand side. It's a male. Lions are typically inactive between 16 and 20 hours a day, which means they are nocturnal animals. They do tend to become more active and more vocal at nighttime. A lion's roar is so strong that it can be heard from up to 5 miles away. You worry because that's how they keep track of each other. Another view of the rhinos on the right. Also over here on the right are some eggs on the ground. Those are the ostrich eggs. Now fun fact, a full-grown human man can stand on the egg and it will not break. That's how strong they are. They're strong because the female ostrich will consume large amounts of calcium. The eggs, they do weigh about 3 pounds each. Okay, so let's make our way into Makati Glen. That's where we might find an antelope or two. So let's see if we can find them. Now this is one of my favorite parts of the reserve because it's kind of new, so we might find something around here. Now Makati means hot springs, and there's definitely some springs up ahead on the right. But right now, I'm not seeing any animals. Looks like they might be sleeping still. So we're just gonna drive on by. Now it does get pretty bumpy here, so hold on tight. We'll go a little slow. Just gonna keep on driving on by here. Well, friends, this city right here, these gates does unfortunately mean that we have reached the end of our journey to the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, and I would like to thank you for choosing Kilimanjaro Safaris. Because when it comes to safaris, we go wild. Now, if you want to see some more animals, I do recommend checking out the Kula Falls Exploration Trail. It's a short and easy hike over here in Harambe. We might find gorillas, okapis, zebras, hippos, leopards, and even a bull rat. Now, this trail does close at 6:45 p.m. If I have any wilderness explorers on board, the name of the truck you're on is the Simba 1. That is spelled S-I-M-B-A, and the number 1. Simba 1 is the name of the truck you're on. You can get your badge across from the entrance of safaris. As a reminder, friends, Kilimanjaro Safaris will close at 8:15 p.m. tonight. That means the last safari will depart at 8:15. I do recommend to come back